What's going on, everybody? It's your girl Evany, and I'm back with another one. How's everybody doing today? Come on in, come join me. So happy to see you guys again. How's everybody doing? So glad to see all of my oldies and my newbies. Thank you guys so much for subscribing if you have already. I'm so excited to see that I'm almost at 200 subscribers, and I'm hoping that you guys will help me boost it on up there, getting so close. And I'm so thankful to everybody who has subscribed, and I hope you're enjoying the content. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and become a part of the channel. Hit the notification bell too so you don't miss an upload. Make sure you like if you do, and if you don't like, feel free to do that too. And comment, share, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram at EvyEv88. All right, let's get into what today's video is all about, because it's a juicy one. Today's video is once again about MGTOW. This is a follow-up video. The last video that I just uploaded has gotten a lot of feedback. It's gotten a lot of feedback, and people is big mad. Men, fellas, why you mad? What's going on? Talk to me. I'm here. Okay? Let's talk it out. So this video has definitely gotten a different response from, my other type of videos usually do. Definitely people are up in arms about this one. I'm sure all men for the most part. People aren't really feeling what I have to say about what I think about MGTOW. And men, you came through, you still coming through, you showing out, and you're letting me know what your opinions are and why you have decided to go MGTOW. And some men are, well, let's just face it, all of them are real mad, big mad. I don't know what I did. I don't know what I did. What I do? I guess we'll find out. So, what is MGTOW? An acronym for men going their own way. Now, I have been informed that this is not just a movement, it's a way of life, it's a lifestyle. It is the end-all be-all for some of you men, which honestly is so sad to me. It is. And honestly, let's just be real. A lot of the comments that you men have left have proven some of the points that I was making in my last video, and we're going to get down to it, okay? But let's get serious for a second. I am really finding it sad that some men, I really think that some men are just taking MGTOW all wrong. Now, like I said in my previous video, is that I understand that it probably started out as, and from what it seems like, yes, it did start out as a way for men to break free of being manipulated, from getting caught up in the wrong situations and repeating the cycles over and over, freeing themselves, loving themselves, knowing their self-worth enough to walk away from toxic situations and go take a moment to be in solitude all by yourself, heal from your issues, heal from everything that's happened to you, go into solitude, go into hermit mode, if you will, and get some enlightenment, okay, about who you are, what you want, what you don't want, even about what did you do wrong in the situation, because nobody's ever 100% right in any situation. So what did I personally do wrong? This is you men taking responsibility. What did I personally do wrong in this situation or these situations where it always ended up the same? I ended up getting taken advantage of. I ended up getting dogged out. Everything went to SHI, you know what? And I'm just through. I need a moment. I never said there's anything wrong with that. I think that you should do that. I said that women should do that too, because we've been hurt before. We've had to go into hermit mode so we can heal too. But the point is to go into hermit mode so that you can gain enlightenment and introspection, learn some things about your situation, what may have caused the situation, what may have brought those things to you, because we do attract what we put out. Figure out what is going on that you need to personally heal so that you can now come outside of Hermitville and go back into the world with optimism and a newfound freedom, because you're no longer bound by the constraints of being fearful, thinking that every woman that you come across is a snake in the grass, and that being married isn't worth it, having a family isn't worth it. I was born alone, I died alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna allow yourself to just live under the ground, just gonna live as a hermit and never come out again because you're just too scared that somebody's gonna break your heart and take all your money and everything. Like, come on. When do you step outside of that so that you can actually take a risk again? That is my whole point. And I know that this is how a lot of men cope when you're not fully healed from past situation or past situations. And not just men, this is how a lot of people cope. But there was men in my comments admitting, just like I had mentioned in the last video, that I believed that some men were taking this to the left, this MGTOW thing to the left, because they were using it as kind of an excuse to feel macho about being dogs to women. Because one person even had the nerve to say that all women are useless, they can't do nothing but cook and have sex. Like, see, it's this mindset that I'm talking about. But where did this mindset come from? It came from the fact that you are a man scorned, just like I said. You're a man scorned. You've been through some things, and now you don't trust anymore. And now you're projecting all of your anger, all of your past hurts and fears and aggressions and everything out on future women that you ain't even met yet. Now you're just saying to yourself, oh, all women are only worth cooking my meals and laying on their back. And I'm perfectly cool with that because I'm a MGTOW. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. That's just stupid. That's just stupid. Somebody else was like, oh yeah, I'm a MGTOW and I sleep with plenty of women. Okay, well, you just proved my point. Didn't I say that in the last video, that a lot of these men are just running through women like draws, not trying to show any self-respect, and then have the nerve to be like, okay, well, I'm going to treat you how I'm going to treat you. If you don't like it, kick rocks. There's another one coming. And if that's how you want to be, fine. But don't disguise your manipulative dog behavior on MGTOW because you're going your own way and you've learned that women aren't the prize anymore, and you don't want to be bothered because it's just all a dead end. Marriage is a dead end street. Having kids is a dead end street. It's not worth it. None of it's worth it. So you're just gonna allow yourself to die alone and never even start a legacy for those men out there who haven't even had kids or anything. Some of these men are older, don't have any kids, still sitting over here hurt over past situations and past failed marriages, past failed relationships. Yes, maybe you did go through all of those things, but you know what? That's life. A lot of people make the wrong decisions, get with the wrong people, don't realize it till it's too late, and then it all blows up, and now there's consequences and repercussions to pay. That's just like somebody also, another man, this is something that I really want to bring up. And I'm not, of course, naming any names, but someone else brought up the fact of having children. Speaking of consequences, children that are brought into the world when a relationship that brought those children into the world eventually ends up not working out and ending, there are consequences and repercussions to that too. And I feel like some men are trying, well, not even some, it's evident that a lot of men run away from those responsibilities. I had one commenter talking heavily, and by the way, you guys have way too much time on your hands, okay? Because I don't know how many men wrote me a whole entire chapter book of a response. Like, who has time to respond like that? You should be writing for the New York Times or something and getting paid for the amount of information that was in that one post. And that was several of you guys. Anyways, now one man spoke about the absence of fathers in the household and how that drastically affects, young women, young little boys, young little men growing up, and inadvertently affects them in their adult life, which is absolutely true. That is true, and a lot of households are out here fatherless. But are we putting the blame all on the woman for the household being fatherless? Because, Not having a relationship with your children, even though the relationship between you and the mother didn't work out, is very much a choice. Because you can go through the court system and get custody, but a lot of men don't want to go through the court system because they don't want the biased court system that mainly caters to the well-being of the woman and the child, which, yes, I will admit, there's a lot of bias in it, but there's bias in the court system when it comes to racism too. But anyways, if you really want to see your kid that bad, regardless of whether you're in the relationship with the mother or not, you will do what you need to do to be able to have a relationship with that child. Whether you live out of state, whether you live out of the city, or you live in the same city, you're going to figure it out and you're going to work it out. If you are so worried about the court system taking advantage of you and getting all your money in child support that you would willingly give up a relationship with their own flesh and blood just so that your pockets could stay clear and the mother wouldn't be able to get any of that money, then what kind of man are you? It's not about you. It's not about the mother. It's about the child. Now, if some of you men have children out there and you are not with the mothers, the more you see your child, the more custody you have that is equivalent to the mother. Like if you have 50-50, the less child support you're going to have to pay, if you even have to pay any. You know what I'm saying? And going back to consequences, so what if you end up having to pay child support? I understand that there's some men out there that they can't have their kids 50-50 because they work a lot or they live in a different state or something. I understand that. So then it would be, okay, you have some type of custody where maybe you get them on the weekends or maybe you get them for the summertime, or if you have no custody really, at least you should be paying that child support. You laid down and helped to make the child, create that child. Whether you wanted to remain in a relationship with the mother or not, that still becomes partly your responsibility after they're here. So you just get to dip and take off, you know what I'm saying? Because, oh no, I don't want to get caught up on this child support, dog. I'd rather get me the new J's. You know what I'm saying? Like consequences and repercussions. You chose to lay down with a woman who it wasn't meant to be with, whether you knew that from the beginning and you let the other head think before this one, or if you thought everything was going to be copacetic and it just ended up not being that way. Regardless of whatever it was, you chose to lay down with that woman and have that child, and now the relationship is not working out. So now you're going to give up on the relationship with your child just so you can keep your pockets fatter? What kind of sense does that make? It's a consequence. If it so happens that you got to end up paying some child support so that you could have a relationship with your child and help rear them, even if you're not in the same household, then that's the consequence and the repercussion of laying down with somebody that it didn't work out with. Take it. Instead of MGTOW, how about take responsibility for your own actions and quit complaining and whining about everything that happens in your life that wasn't as expected or was crappy. That's not an excuse to stay in hermit mode and never truly heal from the issues that are going on the inside. Maybe there's something wrong with you that you keep attracting these same type of women. If this is happening to you over and over, you need to go inside and heal. Heal your pain, heal your hurt, so that you can come out of that and have a refreshed mind. You don't have to be a slave to this, but it seems like a lot of men are. And they want to be, obviously, because they just believe wholeheartedly in this. Like I said earlier, I feel like there's a positive side to it where men are just trying to take time out to no longer be taken advantage of and just figure out what it is that they want, what they don't want. And, take time away from all the negativity. Get it? It's very much needed. Okay? But then there's other men that are just taking it all the way left. Like, I'm never going to get involved with a woman again in a serious relationship because they're just not trustworthy and and then you just become bitter and angry, and then you live the rest of your life in solitude and die alone. Never get married, never have a legacy so that your legacy, your essence, your being can be carried on into the future. You don't even want that. You're willing to give all that up because you're scared. that you're going to go through the same old thing. What happened to your discernment? Because, when you actually go inside and you actually heal your issues and you actually look internally at yourself as well, your discernment gets pretty lately. You know what I'm saying? And you wouldn't even be able to be fooled by these so-called gold-digging women that are just going to turn out to have everything be a disaster. When do you trust your discernment? When do you trust yourself to know that you know enough now about the ways of the world and the ways of people, and you trust your own gut now enough to navigate through this world and be able to duck and dodge the women who are not for you because you've seen that, done that, you've been there, done that. And I get a bad vibe. But then you come across that one that you get an excellent vibe with. And you're just going to totally ignore that and block that out because you're fearful that she's going to be like the last one. Yeah, I know it's scary. I know it's scary to open up your heart again after it's been broken and torn and stomped. You know what I'm saying? I know it is. But you have to continue to navigate through this world with an open heart, ready to give and receive love. Because you know what? If you're closed off, not only are you not going to be able to give it, but you're not going to be able to receive it either. You're not even going to be open to that one that's right in front of your face who really would be a good woman to you, but you're too busy being MGTOW and being a dog because of it and thinking that every woman is this, that, and the third, that you end up treating her and dogging her out and doing the same things to her that you would to Miss Monday, Miss Tuesday, Miss Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, all them other women. I'll just call everybody women and be respectful. All those other women that you say ain't worth nothing but cooking you a meal and getting down on their back, and they actually have, calling themselves try to please you and everything because they don't know no better. Then you get a woman, a real one, who really knows her self-worth and loves herself too much to play and put up with your games. But she really is a real one, and you're too busy treating her like the last one. And when she doesn't respond to it and she kicks you to the curb and chunks up the deuces on you because you're not treating her right because you're too busy being a man scorned that can't get over it, she's on to the next one because she's not about to put up with your mess. So now inadvertently, you have created your own fear. You know what I'm saying? You're blocking love from coming in because you're too stubborn to open up, basically, is what's happening. And even when it's right there in your face, you don't recognize it. And it passes you on by because you don't know the real one from the fake one. That's why. That's why it's a problem, men. That's why it's a problem for you to be sitting there like Stink Meaner from the Boondocks, if anybody knows what I'm talking about. Old, bitter dude, old, bitter man that never got over any of his heartbreaks or, pains, past transgressions. He's still holding on to all of it and living alone, about to die alone, mean, nasty, don't care about nobody. When you die, there is one person at your funeral, and that's the person putting the dirt over your grave. You know what I'm saying? You don't have nobody there to give your eulogy. Nobody even knows who you are, because you wanted to be born alone and die alone. You know what I'm saying? Your legacy will never be carried on because you don't have any children. Never started a family because you're too busy worried about your money. Maybe you ain't got none. Maybe that's why you're so worried about where it's going. But you want to be MGTOW though. Suit yourselves. That's all I have to say about it, you guys. That's pretty much it. That is me responding to some of the comments that I got in my last video called What the Heck is MGTOW, where I gave my thoughts and opinions on what I thought it was all about, and men also gave me theirs. So yeah, that's my video for today, guys. I already know you guys are going to tell me how you feel in the comments about this, and it's probably mainly going to be men. But if there's any women out there watching and you don't mind getting involved, leave me your comments too on this whole MGTOW thing. Do you think it's a healthy way for men to get out of toxicity and learn how to be on their own learn how to love themselves, learn how to trust themselves, respect themselves, you know, for a short time so that they can get back out there and be optimistic and allow love to come in and express it as well, even though they've been through all this hurt in the past? Or, you know, do you agree with me that a lot of men, and not all, but a lot of men are using being a player, being a dog, being downright disrespectful, nasty, and ridiculous when it comes to women? Are they disguising this as MGTOW so they can feel like the big man on campus? Because I think some of them are. And it's become even more apparent through the comments. So that's it. Leave me your opinions down below if you dare. Like this video if you did, and feel free to dislike it if you didn't. I know you will. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and follow me on Instagram at Evany88. All right, you guys, I'm out of here. I'm going to see y'all in the next one, though, because you know I love y'all. You know I do. All right? Deuces.